News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Nathan Hager.
And I'm Karen Moskow.
Karen, we begin with the U.S.-Iran war now entering its third month. President Trump said in a Truth Social post Iran is in a state of collapse. And the Wall Street Journal is reporting the president's told aides to prepare for an extended blockade of the Strait of Hormuz as the U.S. looks to choke off Tehran's oil exports. President discussed the war at the state dinner with the U.K.'s King Charles last night.
We're doing a little Middle East work right now, too, if you might know, and we're doing very well. We have militarily defeated that particular opponent, and we're never going to let that opponent ever, Charles agrees with me, even more than I do, we're never going to let that opponent have a nuclear weapon. They know that.
Now, Iran signaled it could reopen the Strait of Hormuz in exchange for the U.S. lifting its naval blockade, while Iran would also postpone negotiations over its nuclear program. But the Journal says President Trump has rejected that offer. This morning, the president posted online that Iran doesn't know how to sign a non-nuclear deal and needs to, quote, get smart soon. The post included an image of the president wearing sunglasses and holding an assault rifle with the caption, "No more Mr. Nice Guy."
Meanwhile, Nathan, oil prices remain firmly in triple digits this morning. Checking the price of oil right now, NYMEX crude again up 3.4%. It's at $103.33 a barrel. Brent is up 2.8% at $114.42. Don Stuyven is Goldman Sachs co-head of global commodities research and expects growth to slow.
Our Brent upgrades to $90 per barrel by the fourth quarter. That's $30 higher almost than our forecast before the war. That would be even higher, around $100 per barrel, if we did not incorporate some significant demand losses. We now look for global oil demand to stagnate.
And Don Stuyven spoke to Bloomberg after his team at Goldman warned that the current drawdown of stockpiles is, quote, extreme.
Also shaking up the global oil market, Karen, the United Arab Emirates saying it is leaving OPEC and OPEC Plus as of this Friday. The nation's energy minister, Suhail al-Mazroui, says responding to the Iran conflict requires extraordinary measures.
We believe leaving the group now will enable us to attain to the market requirements at a pace that is appropriate from our point of view. And we don't want to be constrained by any other groups.
UAE Energy Minister Suhail al-Mazroui spoke to Bloomberg's Jumana Bersetchi. Emirati officials have signaled they'll boost production when the Strait of Hormuz reopens.
Well, back in Washington, Nathan, Britain's King Charles III called on the U.S. to maintain its leadership role in the world in a speech to Congress. And Bloomberg's Amy Morris has more from the nation's capital.
It was the first such address by a British monarch in more than 3 decades. King Charles used the address to a joint session of Congress to argue for preserving the alliance between the U.K. and the U.S.
That alliance is part of what Henry Kissinger described as Kennedy's soaring vision of an Atlantic partnership based on twin pillars, Europe and America. That partnership, I believe, Mr. Speaker, is more important today than it has ever been.
The King's visit comes at a critical time as the two countries are experiencing strained relations over the war in Iran. In Washington, Amy Morris, Bloomberg Radio.
All right, Amy, thank you. Elsewhere in Washington, former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted again by the Trump administration. This time he's charged with threatening the president's life. The case centers on a photo Comey posted online showing the numbers 86 and 47 arranged with seashells. Critics say that could be interpreted as a reference to killing President Trump. Here's Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche.
While this case is unique and this indictment stands out because of the name of the defendant, his alleged conduct is the same kind of conduct that we will never tolerate and that we will always investigate and regularly prosecute.
It was Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. Comey's lawyer says his client vigorously denies the charges.
Well, let's turn to the economy now, Nathan. And the Fed's latest interest rate announcement comes today at what's likely Jay Powell's final meeting as Fed chair. And Bloomberg's Michael McKee has a preview.
Expectations are low for the two-day meeting. Oil prices are continuing to rise, and it appears little progress is being made on ending the Iran war. Additional tariffs are coming. PCE inflation reported Thursday is forecast to hit 3.5%, a long way from the Fed's 2% target. But policymakers will not be changing interest rates. They will not be making new economic forecasts, and there's no new dot plot. It's likely Jay Powell's last Fed meeting as chairman, so analysts, investors, and the President of the United States will be anxious to hear if Powell gives any hint of his future plans. His term as chair ends May 15th, but he can remain on the Board of Governors until 2028. Will he stay or will he go? Michael McKee, Bloomberg Radio.
And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Karen Moskow.
I'm Nathan Hager, and this is Bloomberg.